Hey everybody, Weem here. Today I want to talk about Black Desert Online. This is an MMO I've actually been playing quite a bit of the last few weeks, and I've been getting a lot of questions about it, so I thought I would just make a very brief, hopefully this is a brief, video talking about my experience with it. Mostly, as I mentioned, because I'm getting asked a lot. I don't intend on making any videos of Black Desert, at least at the moment. I have a very hard time approaching MMO videos when I think about it. You know, I don't know how to do that. I feel like there's a couple ways that videos work well for MMOs, and I don't think I'm good at those things, so I never really go down that road. But basically, I've been playing a lot. I've been throwing out some tweets. People see me playing in Discord, so I've been getting a lot of questions about it, whether videos are coming or not. So I kind of wanted to talk about that as I just answered. So let me kind of go through some basics here and tell you a little bit about what I'm enjoying about the game, so you know why I'm playing it, and then you guys can decide, you know, if it's something you want to get into. I don't have a strong leaning either way, whether people should or should not be checking this game out, but I'm having fun with it. So basically, I started playing for free. I actually found a key online, a 7-day pass, and played and really enjoyed that. Started talking to some people about it, and we all kind of started playing together. Now, I actually followed this game from before it came out. I was really excited, and it was on my list of like guaranteed buys because I really been having that MMO itch. I was like, I can't wait. I'm gonna so get into this game. But when Black Desert came out, I was in the middle of some other things, some video stuff I was doing, and I thought, you know what, I'll buy the game when I have time to play it, and that just never came around. But recently, that MMO itch has been really strong, so I just had to do it. So like I said, I found the key, 7-day pass online, and played for free those first 7 days, and then eventually did buy into it. So let me explain to you how you can play for 7 days, in fact, 14 days for free. So basically the way it works is you can actually go to the Black Desert site, blackdesertonline.com, and there is a 7-day free trial you can play. At the end of that 7 days, you can actually get a 7-day pass from someone who has bought the game, and that 7-day pass stacks with that free 7-day trial. So that's how you can get 14 days for free. Now, anybody who buys the game at any level gets 10 of those passes, so they're not too hard to find. There is a Reddit post online, a mega thread for people sharing their keys. That's where I found a key, and that's, you know, if you're looking for one, that's a very easy place to find when people are posting them all the time. The reason being is when they post a key and give it to somebody, and that person picks up a key, if they activate the game, the person who gave the key gets a reward. If that person gets to level 40, the person who gave the key gets a reward. And if that person buys the game, the person who gave the key gets another reward. So it's beneficial to kind of give those keys out to people. So let me talk about the things I'm enjoying about the game. And there's a good number of features here I really like. First off is the trade system. Basically, you can move goods between towns yourself with your own cart and basically buy up whatever you can fit on your cart from a number of different kinds of goods and then bring them to another city to sell them. You can actually spend these energy points, or these things that can be depleted from your character, but they get regained over time. I think it's 1 every 3 minutes. So basically, you can spend an energy to look at the market and see what a particular good is going to sell for in another town. Now, the longer you carry it as well, the longer the distance between the place from where you bought it to where you bring it, you get a bonus. You can also bargain with a trader on the other end, which can get you even more money. And for me, that's just kind of fun. Like having my cart, filling it up, driving to another town, you know, looking at the market, doing a bargain, and just being able to make money. That to me is like its own little game. It actually reminds me kind of like a board game, and in fact the next part I get into, the worker management stuff, does as well. So there's elements to this game that remind me of a board game, and this trade stuff is pretty fun for me, just by itself. And it just gives you an opportunity to explore the world as well. You're kind of driving around in your cart. You can select an area on the map and auto, you know, basically drive there. But there are bandits, these AI bandits that can attack and quote unquote destroy your wagon and take some of your goods. I think they take about half. It's easy enough to get your cart back. You just have to pay what it turns out to be a very small amount in the game. Get your cart back, but half your goods are gone. So you kind of want to pay attention where those bandits are at, and if you have to drive through them, at least maybe take control of your cart and make sure that you can, you know, just outrun them. So the trade is, again, it's kind of one of the main features that I like to kind of mess around with the most. The next feature I'm really into is the worker management. And what that means is that you have basically the cities on the map, as well as other little villages and farms. And all of those are nodes, are considered nodes. And you can connect these together with points called contribution points. These are points that you earn on your character by doing different quests and everything, and they actually stack with your other alts. So if I made a character and I earned, let's say, 10 contribution points, I could make a new character. I could do the same quests, get those 10, but my account now has a grand total of 20 points. Now, with those 20 points, I can then unlock these nodes, or basically activate them. So you can start from any city and work your way out, and the node will cost anywhere from 1 to 3 points, contribution points, and on that particular node will be attached a couple other nodes that are related to resource gathering, whether that's iron or copper or some kind of farm for a particular good. So then you can put contribution points to that to link that up, and anything that's linked from a city, you can send workers from that city out to those points to auto gather those things. They will bring them back to the city they're connected to and drop them in your storage or your bank. Now in Black Desert Online, your banks, your storage is all town specific, so that it's not one open account. You don't open a chest and see everything you have. You go to a particular town, open that vault, you see what's in that city. And you can transport goods automatically. You can click in it, go to the map, click a different city, go into your storage and hit transport, basically load up what you want and send it on its way to another city so that you can move things between your cities. But that's how that works. The workers bring their goods to the city with which they are associated with. And that to me is also just kind of a fun element of the game. It's very much like a board game. I actually explained it to somebody one time. I said, if you imagine a board game that had all these cities and I gave you a bunch of tokens that were contribution points, and you'd put those tokens down indicating these nodes you're linking up. Not only do you kind of spend those and they're out on the board and you can't use them, but the cool thing here is that you can at any point pick all of those contribution points or tokens, as I described them here, back up and then move them and say, let me go with these nodes now. So you never really lose them. They get associated out on the board, out on the map, but they can be pulled right back up. Those contribution points are also used to buy initial housing, and then those houses have different purposes, and that's a whole deep thing I won't get into. There's tons of videos out there about how that works. But basically what I'm getting at is the second feature that I'm really into in this game is that worker management. Now, exploration is the next big thing I really enjoy about this game. It's a thing that I really enjoy about a lot of the games I play, or if I really get into a game, oftentimes the exploration is there and gets me really excited. Now, in this world, the game just looks it's a pretty game, and it's just fun to explore. I think the creatures are done really well. When you're facing something like an imp, in my mind, you kind of know how, what imps look like, but this game does a really good job, and it kind of gives like this nice, unique look, I think, to a lot of the creatures, and makes it really fun. And I think they just look good. It's cool. The world looks good. I think the creatures look good, and it's just fun to explore the world. Sometimes I'll just wander off into the woods, through the mountains, just kind of checking things out, finding interesting little things, and constantly being surprised. And I like that because in this game the world is so big, and it's just brand new to me. So I'm having a really good time exploring these environments. There's one place in particular, this place where a lot of knights are at. They're fighting off harpies. So when you go there, it's kind of constant, this battle sound going on. And when you run through the fortress that's just being assaulted by these harpies, around every corner, I'm just kind of looking around like, wow, this is so cool looking. Look at all this activity and everything. It's just awesome. Now, another thing I enjoy about Black Desert Online is something you can actually find in many games, and that's that there is the guild mechanic, right? A lot of games have guilds, but for me, I've been having that MMO itch. And the nice thing here about having a guild is it gives me an opportunity to play with many of you, for example. I want to be able to play with a lot of people in something, and that can be very hard for me to find a game that allows me to do that. And the guild mechanic, typically in MMOs, is a really good way to handle that. It's, hey, jump on, you can join the guild, and then that way you can actually see if I'm there, or we can easily chat. So it's fun getting back into that again. So we do have a guild. It's called Team Weem, and we've got some people in there. So it's fun being able to hang out with everybody, including members from the Discord channel. Another feature I like about the game is the AFK mechanic, in that you can actually continue to get gains when you're AFK. So your workers actually will not work if the game is closed, if you're not logged into the game. But what you can do is minimize the game. It actually diminishes the resources used. It dials that way down so it doesn't kind of be a strain on your system when you're not actually playing. So you can set yourself up, for example, just to start fishing, and then you can minimize the game. next time you come back, you will have caught a number of fish. Now, the game actually has a mini game for fishing where you cast the line, you wait, you pull it in, and there's a mini game of hitting buttons to catch your fish. But if you're AFK, when that happens, it just is on a timer. After a certain amount of time, it will auto just reel in whatever you've caught. So you can actually be away for an entire day, like at work, say. And when you get back, you've caught a number of fish or other random things. You can sell those things off. So I like that in games. I like when you can do those kinds of things. My friend Knox, he likes to set his character to run. You can actually set up loops, and your character will run that loop constantly, which is kind of increasing their stamina and strength and things like that. So I like when games have those kind of mechanics. So you feel like things are happening even when you're away. Finally, another thing I'm really into in the game is that it's very alt-friendly. I mentioned the contribution points before and how they stack with your character. There's other mechanics that do that as well that make it really beneficial for you to have multiple characters, alternate characters. So I find that fun because I am an altaholic for sure. I love making new characters and trying stuff out and let me do a different thing. And in this game, because of the way a number of the different mechanics work, it's actually very beneficial to do that. It really makes a lot of sense to have multiple characters. Your energy cap, which gets used in a number of different ways, is a total pool of energy from all of your characters. So again, if you make an alt and you build his energy up, then that pool gets even bigger. So that's a really, just one of the many ways in which the game is an alt-friendly game. Now, the last thing that I wanted to kind of talk about was the combat, and I left that last intentionally, not because it isn't fun, because it really is fun. I really do like it. But all of these features I just mentioned that I really enjoyed, I think that's one of the things I really like about this game, is that there's so many things I enjoy. And this is what I tell people. I'm like, there's all these things I really like, so you would then expect combat to not be great. And to me, combat's fun in this game. It's action-oriented. It's just really fun just hopping around. I play a ninja, so I'm really all over the place. Now, one of the things about combat that some people have a gripe with is that the combat is actually really easy. To give you an example, I'm level 37. I have yet to die. I've never died in the game. Now, I know other people have, and maybe I don't risk as much. But and not that there's a big penalty either. It's just that the game isn't that hard from a combat level. But from what I know, again, I'm still relatively new to the game, the combat really doesn't become a thing until later levels. I think that's the focus. It feels like the focus is to get you to the later levels, if that's what you're after, to get you there quickly, because that's where the action is. It's about the guild stuff, the node wars, the boss fights, those kinds of things. And again, the combat, even in this sense, is alt-friendly. If you want to make a new character, it's pretty easy to level up. So it is there, though. The combat's there. It's fun. I feel it's exciting. And actually, it's pretty interesting, because in games where combat is actually typically more difficult, I may find that in order to survive, I'm trying to focus on a couple things that I do and just try to do those things well. But what I'm finding in Black Desert is that the combat is easy enough that I can really experiment. And so what I find myself doing is trying to get in a lot of combos. I'm trying to work in really good positioning, and just trying to use a lot of different abilities instead of relying on just a few. You can rely on just a couple things in the combat here, but I really like mixing it up and actually make that almost like a challenge in all of the fights that I'm in, is to, let me try to get a bunch of these things together at one time. So that's my really quick rundown of what's going on with me and Black Desert. There's a number of people in the Discord playing as well. We're in the guild. If you guys are interested, I'll have a link in the description for Discord. I'll have a link to the 7-Day Pass Mega Thread Reddit. So if you're looking for a 7-Day Pass, you can find that there. In our Discord, if we have some people who've bought the game, they're going to end up having some keys, so you can ask if anybody has one. Basically, I'll have a number of different links in the description for you to get more information on the game. Again, I'm having fun with it. I don't know if I'm recommending this or not. It's an MMO. If you're looking for an MMO, it's pretty easy, right? 14 days for free, and you can buy in at $10. The $10 buy-in would have worked perfectly fine for me, but after my 7 days, I had spent a lot of time in the game. I think I had like 70 hours, but that counted AFK time, so it's probably something like 50 hours. And so when my 7 days was up, I thought, you know what, I've put in probably 50 hours. I know I'm going to put at least 50 more. So I actually put in the $50 to the game and thought, you know what, I'm going to get the extra bonus stuff just for fun. So obviously I'm enjoying it. But anyway, take a look at everything, consider this stuff, watch some videos, and decide if it's something you want to get into. Again, to answer the question about more videos, like I said at the top, I don't know that I'll make any videos beyond this one for Black Desert Online. I don't think I can really offer you guys anything. Those of you who've been saying, make some videos for BDO, I don't think I can offer you anything, so I'm probably not going to do that. If I could think of something that I think might be okay, maybe I will, because I do like making videos for games that I'm really enjoying, and I'm really enjoying this one right now. So there is that itch, inside of me that's saying, hey, you should record this. You're enjoying it. I know the next recommendation is to stream. I've done streams here and there. I don't have any plans to do streams in the near future. So for those of you asking for that, probably not. No plans right now. But anyway, I do want to leave it at that. I wanted to try and keep this as short as possible, so I do want to thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate that. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I'll let you know what I know, at least, if you got a question about the game or anything. And otherwise, I will catch you next time.